Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are having a great day. I've got an interesting video for you today. I want to talk about this offering from Nitecore. This is model P20ix. And this is an Xtreme performance flashlight. You can see it's the I generation 21700 tactical flashlight. And this thing operates at a maximum output of 4,000 lumens. Now you can see the accessories included is the battery itself. It's a customized 21700 battery. You get a battery magazine. I'll talk about that a little bit more. Tactical holster and a USB-C charging cable. Now there's a look at the top of the packaging, and then here's a look at the other side of the packaging with some basic specs of the light. 4,000 lumens max output, 221 meters of throw, and that's from turbo, 12,200 candela, 2 meters impact resistance, and also 2 meters IPX8 waterproof. So this thing can go completely underwater. Let's take a look at the back of the packaging. Now feel free to pause your screen if you want to read any of this information. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on here. And then of course there is the contact information for Nitecore. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this package up and see what's included with this light. I'm so excited about this. I want to say thank you to Nitecore right off the bat for sending this light out for review. So here's a look at the light itself. We'll set that aside for just a second and we'll talk about what else is included with this light. As you can see, it comes packaged very well. So you got these two little spots here that you can grab with your thumb and index finger. And then there's nothing left in that package except for some silica, but we don't need that. So in here we have a holster, a USB cable, a lanyard, and owner's manual. So let's go ahead and open this box up. Take a look at those items. Starting off with the owner's manual. So there's a quick look at that. And this is written in multiple languages. So right here it talks about the battery installation. So you can use the customized 21700 or dual CR123s or dual RCR123s. And then it talks about charging. And basically what happens is you plug the USB-C cable into the side of the flashlight and it'll have a flashing blue indicator when you're charging. And then when charging is complete, that flashing blue indicator will illuminate a solid blue light. Now here is some of the features. So again, feel free to pause your screen if you want to read any of that. There is the specifications of the light. And then of course, a list of the accessories. And then right there it talks briefly about the batteries. It says that this will not operate on standard 21700s or standard 18650 batteries. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Now here's a look at the technical parameters. So this gives you all the run times and things like that. So again, don't be afraid to hit that pause button. Now that's using the battery that's included. If you get the dual CR123s, the run times change and also the modes of operations change. So there's that information there. And then of course let's get on over here to the English portion and let's talk about the operating instructions. Now everything that I'm showing you in this video right now, in this owner's manual rather, I'm going to talk about pretty much all of this in the video. So again, use that pause button if you want to hang on to that. And then let's go right there. Brightness levels, turbo, strobe. There's your power indicator information. So very cool. This is a very, very cool light. And then it goes into other languages. So the next thing that we see, let's just dump this whole package out. So in this package you have a lanyard, you have a tail cap switch O-ring, and then there's also a pocket clip in here. So very cool. And then here is a little card, a little Nitecore card with the QR code on it. Little warranty card. So you got that, you have that. So right there you can see USB 2 to USB-C charging cable. So very nice that they include that with the flashlight. Right here, this is the battery adapter or magazine. This is where you would put in your dual CR123s, and it would basically turn it into that customized 21700. So very cool. And here is a look at the holster. I like these holsters too. These are really solid. They fit real nice, and the flashlight just sits right in there, clicks right into place, and it's a nice retention on there. So I like that quite a bit. Now let's take a look at the light itself. P20ix. It looks like a solid build. This knurling is solid. There's a look at the head of the light. That is the power level indicator, and that's a charging indicator. Like I said, it turns blue, flashing blue. So now we're looking at the charge port cover, and I can honestly tell you, Nitecore did a fantastic job with this port. I'm not a big fan of charging flashlights on the light itself because of this port, but they did a phenomenal job with this rubber. Once you put that thing in there, it's in place and it's not going to come out. That's always been my pet peeve when it comes to charging on the flashlight, and they did a really good job on that. Now let's take a look at the lens. You can see we have 4 LEDs in there. We've got Cree LEDs. They're the XPL2 V6 LEDs. So all 4 of those crank out an impressive 4,000 lumens. Now that's a tempered glass lens, and then you see that it's a stainless steel bezel. It's a strike bezel, and then you've got 3 little silicone nitride ceramic inlays in the bezel. So very, very impressive. Now looking at the tail end of the flashlight, you have the power switch, which will turn the light on and off. You have a momentary, and then you have a mode switch too. So very cool. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a look and see what kind of battery comes with it. So there is the insulation film. Gotta discard that. There's a look at the tail cap switch. So as you can see, that's built very well. And then the battery is a customized 21700. This battery operates at 5,000 milliamp hour, 3.6 volts. So very nice. And looking down inside the battery tube, you can see that it's a nice solid construction. So let's go ahead and put the battery into the light. We're going to put the positive end towards the head of the light, and we will now screw on the tail cap switch. Now you'll see that O-ring right there. As you screw this over, that gives you your IPX8 waterproof rating. Okay, let's talk about operating this light. It's extremely simple. You have 2 switches on the back end here. This main switch has 2 functions. It's got momentary on or constant on. So if you half press, you'll notice the light comes on. This setting that you're looking at is what they call ultra low. If I let off the button, you see that it works in a momentary fashion. I can also click that into place, And then coming to this other button, this is the button that will cycle through the modes. So we're on ultra low, there's medium, there's high. This is what they call higher, and then that is turbo. If I triple press this, I get the strobe function. Okay, and then a single press takes me back to the last mode before the strobe. And then again, another single press takes me to ultra low. This is 2 lumens. This will last 350 hours. That's 14.5 days. It gives me 5 meters of throw and 5 on the candela. Bump it up to low, that's 50 lumens for 38 hours. That's a day and a half, 25 meters of throw, 150 candela. Medium, we're looking at 300 lumens for 7 hours and 15 minutes. That gives me 60 meters of throw, 920 on the candela. Bump it up to high, that's 850 lumens, 2.5 hours of runtime, 103 meters of throw, 2,670 candela. Another single press takes me to what they call higher. That's 1,700 lumens for 2 hours, 145 meters of throw, 5,250 on the candela. And then turbo is a full 4,000 lumens for 30 minutes of runtime, and then it steps down. We get 221 meters of throw and 12,200 on the candela. And then again, let's take a look at that strobe one more time. There's the strobe. I like the strobe on these Nitecore flashlights. They are 4,000 lumens and extremely disorienting. You can see the power level indicator telling me that we have a good battery. Single press turns the light off. And this mode of operation that we're talking about right now is what they call the daily mode. Again, it steps up. It goes ultra low, low, medium, high, higher, and then it goes back to ultra low. To get to that turbo, you just have to push and hold this mode switch. Okay, now the light does have a memory function, so whatever mode you're on, when you turn it off, it comes right back onto that setting. Okay, so whatever you like comes right back to that. So I like to be on ultra low, turn it off, turn it back on, it's right there. So this button is really nice, easy to find. Now let's talk about the tactical mode of this light. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push this mode button down. It's gonna give us kind of like a strobe look, and then we're gonna undo the tail cap a little bit and then turn the tail cap back on. Now you'll notice when I turn the light on, it comes on to turbo right off the bat. Turbo, and then the mode switch goes down. High, medium, low. Turbo, high, medium, low. And then pushing and holding gives me the strobe. So this is the tactical operation. Now this is a really cool operation. When you turn the light on and you're in tactical mode, it always turns on at turbo, and then it cycles down. So it goes down to high, goes down to medium, goes down to low, back to turbo. To get to the strobe, you just push and hold, okay? And you get that really nice strobe lit up, and the strobe stays on. If you turn the light off, you turn it back on, it's right back to turbo. Okay, very cool. Now if you triple press, 1, 2, 3, you get the strobe, turn the light off, and if you turn it back on, look at that. It comes back to the strobe function. That's if you access the strobe with a triple press. Okay, and that works from the daily mode or the tactical mode. So very cool. See that? It remembers that. So I guess it just depends on what kind of light do you want when you first turn the thing on. If you want it to be on turbo, then you need to be in tactical mode. If you want it to be on whatever you remember it, you know, the memory to kick in, then you need to be in daily mode. If you want access to that ultra low mode, you've got to be in daily mode. So again, to do that, we're going to push this mode switch, remove the tail cap just a little bit, about a half a turn, and then turn it back on. Now you'll see we're back in daily mode. And if you're confused on if you're in daily mode or tactical mode, just know that if you're cycling and it's going up in brightness, then you're in the daily mode. If it's cycling from the highest down, you're in the tactical mode. So very cool flashlight. Again, the same thing. If I triple press 1, 2, 3, it gets to that strobe. If I turn the light off, remember it's going to come back to strobe because I triple pressed to get to the strobe. So that is a way that you can remember the strobe. Now if the light is turned off and I just hold this mode button, it goes into a strobe automatically. So very cool. This light is very, very cool. It's impact resistant down to 2 meters. It's IPX8 down to 2 meters. If you look at the length of the light, it's 5.57 inches long, and the head diameter is 1.25 inches, and the weight of this light is 4.09 ounces. This is a fantastic light, and I can't stress it enough. As much as I don't like charging on the light, Nitecore did a fantastic job with this cover. They made somebody like me that does not like that actually comfortable with having a light that has that, because you can pack that in there and then you don't have to worry about it. They did a fantastic job there. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it in the standard or daily mode. Okay, we got a sink full of water. Let's go ahead and turn the light on. The charge port cover's in place. We're going to drop that baby in the water. And we'll just kind of swash it around a little bit. We'll take it out. We'll cycle through the modes. There's low, medium, high, higher, long press for turbo. There we go. That is a bright light. Triple press for strobe. 1, 2, 3. Turn it off. And if I turn it back on, because I triple pressed, it's going to come back on to the strobe. Single press, it just starts cycling right through the modes again. So as you can see, this light clearly passes the IPX8 waterproof testing with flying colors. Okay, here we are. We are on the ultra low setting. This is 2 lumens for 14.5 days. This is a fantastic setting. And even though the camera might not see it, I can see pretty good looking down in the distance. It does a good job. That is fantastic. But what I really like is this next setting, low, right there. I love this setting. This is 50 lumens, and this gives me 38 hours of runtime. That's 1.5 days. That's a fantastic setting with 25 meters of throw. And I love that this is a really floody beam. Let's bump it up. Okay, so now we're on medium. This is another fantastic setting, 300 lumens. And you can get a lot done with 300 lumens. You have 7 hours and 15 minutes of runtime on this setting. Just a fantastic setting. 60 meters of throw. Let's go up to high, 850 lumens. I mean, I can clearly see everything in this room. 2.5 hours of runtime, 103 meters of throw. One more press brings us up to what they call higher, 1700 lumens for 2 hours of runtime and a whopping 145 meters of throw. Long press brings us up to turbo, 4,000 lumens for 30 minutes before step down. That is crazy. 221 meters of throw, 12,200 candela. Now, strobe warning, let's take a look at this strobe. This is one of the most disorienting strobes that I've seen on any flashlight. I mean, I've seen, because it's so random. Single press, takes it back down, and this is just a fantastic light. I hope you enjoyed those night shots, but this thing is just fantastic. Now my final thoughts on this light are very simple. This is one of the better flashlights that I've reviewed in a long time. The current price point of this light at the time of me filming this video is $119. With all that being said, folks, I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this video. Please make sure that you're checking the description box down below. I'll put links to where you can find this light. I hope you found some useful information out of this video. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, And until next time, have a beautiful day. We'll see you then. Bye for now.